Good evening and welcome to Getty's Live Talk. I am Zaina Molai, your host for the Live Talk today. Global Education and Training Institute is one of the most premium education institute and for trainings in the country. We provide two types of training. One for the teachers who are already in service and another one for the teachers who aspire to become teachers. Teachers for the training for the pre-service teachers. Then we also have this training for the teachers who are we also have this training for the teachers who are already working, and we provide them with upskill training. Then we have this forum where we host live talks on this platform on Facebook and YouTube, and we work towards the mission of disrupting education, and we work toward with the help of broad vision of our founder director Dr. Sunita Gandhi. She is working very enthusiastically to disrupt education, and till date we have hosted around 1000 talks on this platform. So to continue this disruptive mission of education, we are pleased to welcome Mr. Samuel Raita. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Mr. Samuel is working in this field of education since last 10 years. He is Masters of English Literature. He holds a degree of Bachelor's in Education. He holds a diploma in elementary education, pre-primary teacher training course he has done from Hyderabad, and he is a CTET and OTET, Central Teacher Eligibility Test, and Orissa Teacher Eligibility Test qualified. He is presently working as the principal of Cuttack Public School, Cuttack, Odisha, and prior to that, he was working as the vice principal of Good Shepherd School in Odisha only. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and without much ado, I would hand over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm welcome. And I'd like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Gandhi, ma'am, who has given me this opportunity to share about my views and my thoughts regarding education. Basically, learning is one very important aspect in human life. I believe that since I have 10 years experience in my life, those 10 years experience just within 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to share it. I hope that all those are watching right now, they will experience because education is a field where we have to share our thoughts and ideas. Especially, I'm very much grateful and thankful to GETI because of this wonderful platform where I can share my ideas. Thank you so much, ma'am, once more again. And I would like to welcome all the viewers from different part of the nation. Those are watching, and I hope that within this 20 to 15 minutes, definitely they are going to listen, and that will be what. Thank you, ma'am. And today's my topic is, why do we need to embrace creativity in teaching learning process? First thing I would like to share, what is method? Method means the quality of being well organized and systematic in our word, action, thought, conduct, and behavior. And creativity is the use of our imagination. I believe that whether we consider ourselves or not, as we are creative or not, but there is a bit of it in all of us. We have a creative nature, we have a creativity in our mind. How we use those creativities to empower our young ones. So today's my topic that I'm going to share is that, ma'am, I would like to request to share the screen.
Okay, sir. Once your screen is visible, please let me know. Is it visible to you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
In this
please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Why do we need to embrace creativity in teaching and learning methods? We can see that in that board there are different classes, and the topic is different, and the title is given remedial classes. Sometimes what it happens, I believe that when we are more challenges, definitely we have a opportunity of more creativity. That is my topic. Today's my topic. I have met 7 points. Ma'am, can you also another slide which, yeah, we can see here one a leaf and there is a different part, seven. This seven topics, these 7 points that which I'm going to share my experience. Holding hand, sit beside them, stand with them, listen to them, and eye contact what we are going to share today. The first is, ma'am, next slide. Can you, yeah, holding hand. Basically, holding hand means that allowing them to take your help. First point is that allowing. Most of the time, as an experienced person, as an elder person, what we do, we want to help children, but what we do is that we empower them, we force them. But from my side is that we need to available for them to guide them, to show them the path instead of forcing them. That's what we have to allow them to take our help and letting them to solve their problems under our guidance, and we have to let them to derive confidence from within themselves in our present to solve the problem or encounter the challenges. This is my motto. One incident I want to narrate here, that was a Gandhi Netaji Jayanti. That day, children they came to the school with a get up of Netaji. In that incident, what happened? One young child, he started crying. Five, six teachers they wanted to know the problem. They asked questions, but that the child started crying more before than that. When this situation created, I went there and just I stood beside him and just I holded his hand and I told him, I know what is your problem. But basically, I did not know exactly what is going on in his mind. Then that child, what he has what he is get from me is that just my help, and he holded my hand and he stopped crying, and just that problem was with him was that to go washroom, but he was not comfortable with lady teachers. That's what he started crying. What I meant to tell is that many time what we do, we force them, we want to solve their problem. Instead of that, what I want to suggest is that we have to available for them. We need to hold their hand, just they have to solve their problems. We need to play only role of guidance. And my next slide, and my second point is that sit beside them. Yes, we can see here a few words: comfort, assurance, hope, acceptance, and mutual support. Sitting beside them is one of the skill that I considered. Most of the time, when I deal with parents, I deal with guardians, they come to me to discuss the problem why child is unable to learn so many things, why is not taking interest in learning or in coming to school. What happened when they are in new environment, when they are in new places, most of the time they take time. But as educationists, as a parents, what we do, we forget to comfort them, we forget to give them confidence that you have ability to solve your problems. That is the reason. Once more again, I want to share one incident. One child, he has admitted newly in my school, and he was lot of confused, he was lot of uh, anxiety in his mind because he was not from Odisha. That's what he has lot of problems, he has lot of challenges. Then one teacher, I told her to go and sit beside him. He went and sat beside that child, and automatically that child, he felt more comfort, and he has hope, he has good feelings, and he has a confidence to attend the classes. And few days later, he was fine without any problems. But one thing that I have learned from that we have to accept without judging them. They may face problem, may have a challenges, but as a teacher, as a guide, as a friend, what we have to do, just we have to sit beside them, we have to comfort them, we have to give assurance. And another point that today I want to discuss is that stand with them. Ma'am, next slide. Yeah, we can see in this picture, we can see that you're standing with them or standing with the child. Child get more confident, especially when they commit mistakes. As a child, they are to hear. They are in the process of learning. They learn so many things. They see so many things. Lot of confusion, lot of challenges for them to learn and acquire the things. That's what while doing, sometimes they commit mistake, but most of the time what we do, we become judgmental. While seeing their mistake, we point out their weakness, but that is not the real way to solve the problem. What I want to what I do in my classroom, whenever I see this kind of situation, automatically I accept them and I suggest the teacher to stand with them so that they may learn to solve their problems. Even sometimes standing with that doesn't mean just to stand, that means mentally or physically when they are lonely, when they are alone, that time they need someone to stand with them. Even another that point that we can see that chapter lesson concept, that means that sometimes child get stuck in some lesson, sometimes they get stuck in some concept, they may get problem to understand those lesson and chapter, but to complete that lesson, but to complete the target of syllabus, what we do, we move on, we go forward. But what we have to do is that we have to stand with them. That means we have to stand in that chapter, we have to stand in that lesson, we have to stand in that concept, we have to make them understand, we have to support them, and we have to give them a space gently so that they can settle down their outward and inward waves of doubts and difficulties. That's what standing with them is even plays very crucial role in solving their problems. And then next, and my fourth point is that listening to them. Even listening is the one skill. Even listening is the one of the very important tasks that as a teacher, as a guide, as a parents, we have to do it. Ma'am, can you next slide, ma'am? Yes. Here, first thing is that child's primary right is that we have to listen them, and intentionally when we are listening for the well-being of the child, we get answer, we get solutions. One more incident that I would like to share, as we know in our country, most of the parents or in our society, we give more priority to our boy, yeah, male child. One incident that took in my place, that when we have conducted Olympiad in my school, that time one child, what she has done, she has brought that consent form while putting a signature. When that was found, she has committed mistake. Instead of asking her parents, mom or dad, what she has done, she has put a signature. That's what many questions were rises, many questions were asked her, why she has put a signature, why she has put signature of her mom. And later on, when she has explained, it was heartbroken because her mom, she did not wanted to give a chance to attend that part or that competition. That what she has done, she has collected, she has kept pocket money, and she herself tried to enroll her name. That's what listening is one of the very important thing, that when we don't listen them, automatically that unheard voice automatically silent with great hurt. That's what we have to listen them, and listening them is the automatically one creative way we find to solve the problems. And once more, one next, and my fifth point is that connecting eyes. or eye contact. Most of the time we may experience that during programs, functions, or competition. Child may prepared well, but when he or she is in the stage, she on the stage, what happened automatically, that child, she has or he has a lot of problems to move on. But when we connect with our eyes, when we connect with our eyes, automatically that she or he becomes more confident, and she get a signal. Number fifth, ma'am, can you next slide, ma'am? Yeah, eye contact. That means while connecting with eyes, automatically we give them a green signal to move on, carry on, and continue that job. These things not only a particular days, but when we implement in classroom teaching, I hope that many child, they will overcome the problems, they will overcome the challenges. That is the one important thing that I experienced in my 10-year teaching career, that it is even another aspect that how we help to solve the problem of the child. And 6 point, ma'am, next slide. And my 6 point is that work with them basically in sports, in game, in extracurricular activity. When child take parts, when child is not getting any prizes, most of the parents or most of the guardians, there so much of dissatisfaction, because they stand in that one place that her child or a child did not get any prizes. That's what, as a teacher, is a responsible person, what we have to do it, we have to teach them to enjoy the life and the lesson. Especially this is been under lesson, because I believe that all the participants are winner. All the participants are winner. When they take part, automatically they learn to appreciate the situation and challenges, and they learn the gratitude from that field, and they learn to accept the failure, and they move on to challenge the problems. That's what we have to teach them, and we have to work with them. We have to encourage them to not stop, and don't look back. This should be our word, and this should be our encouraging word for them. And this is a next a 7 point that which is very important. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, this is my last and important point, that talk with them. Talking is one of the very important way to know each other, to solve the problems. A child, we may think that he or she commits mistake, or he or she tells lies, but as a responsible person, what we have to do, we have to make friendship with them. And that is the one way, that when we talk with them, we understand, because we develop friendship zone, and we have to come down to their language, come down to their level, so that they can feel more comfortable, so that we can know the problems, what is going on in his or in her life. These are the 7 points that I wanted to share with all of you, and I hope that this my 10 years experience, these are the different ways that I appreciate my skill, or I appreciate my creativity myself. Because first is that we have to believe in our creativity to solve the problems, because when problems comes, problems never knocks or never give an invitation, automatically it arises. That's what I believe, that being an educationist, we have to always ready to challenge the problem with positive outlook and positive thinking, so that it is very important to embrace our creativity, because our creativity is first, and very important person is that individual of us. I believe that my creativity, I have to appreciate. That is the one thing that I wanted to share with all of you. And especially once more, I would like to thank you, Geti, and I'd like to thank you, Jainab ma'am, this for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. It was a very interesting presentation from your end. Those seven points that you stated to inculcate these creative, this creativity in your students. But like as your topic says, that why do we need to embrace creativity in teaching and learning methods? So you did not answer this, I guess, with the PPT. You explained that this is very necessary and this is important, but just to inculcate creativity in your children, your lessons should be creative, or just to make them a better citizen tomorrow, your creativity, the creativity should be there in the lessons. What would you comment on this?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess your
Creativity
your
create a
network is
positive
disturbed.
nature get
Can't hear you very properly, sir.
yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible. So, why do we need this creativity in our methods of learning? I guess he was facing some internet issue. He'll join us back. Yes, sir.
Us to boost our self-esteem, and even it is one of best way to improve our cognitive function. That's what we need to embrace creativity. Creativity is the way that we solve problems without seeing any limitation, because it is our own effort that we believe in ourselves. We find out the way to solve the problems. That's what we have to embrace creativity.
Yes, sir. Very truly said that creativity inculcates critical thinking in you and makes you a problem solver, so that you become a good citizen tomorrow, and you are able to face the society and the challenges of the society when you have this kind of education in your school. Would you like
Yes,
to
ma'am.
say anything else, sir?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so by this we come to an end of our session. I would like to thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for enlightening all of us with these very basic things, but very important one, so that our teachers would take a note of it, and they would also keep their lessons very creative and keep their teaching very creative, so that the children become a better citizen tomorrow. They are problem solvers, they are critical thinkers, and they adjust better in their societies when they move out of their schools. Thank you so much, my dear audience, who have been with us all through. And you can ask any question from Mr. Samuel related to the topic. You can type the questions in the comment box, and Mr. Samuel can surely answer them as and when he gets time, and he can come to the Facebook and he can answer them. So,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much and have a lovely evening ahead. Bye bye, sir. Thank you, my dear
Thank
audience.
you, ma'am.